Tonight, before you close your eyes, I invite you to listen to a secret by the windowsill. Plants sleep too, but why do leaves know to fold themselves when night falls? They have a biological clock, a breathing rhythm of their own, and nighttime rituals more delicate than we imagine. The problem is, under streetlights and shuffled schedules, they and we easily slip out of sync. In this video, I'll join you to unlock the rhythm of the leaves, decode the science of plant sleep, and suggest ways to care for your plants and your sleep more effectively. If you enjoy whispered stories, please subscribe and tap the bell to support smart sleep. One small touch that nurtures our garden of curiosity, ready to brush against the quiet night. Tonight, as the city finally quiets down and only the gentle hum of a fan turns in the corner, I want to tell you something small, yet deeply tender, something that, perhaps for years, we've walked past every morning without ever stopping to notice. That plants sleep too. It sounds strange, doesn't it? Because we often think of sleep as a privilege of humans, of beings with minds and dreams. How could plants sleep? They stand so still beneath the moonlight, no eyes, no mouths, no dreams. Yet, if you were to look long enough, patient enough to let time slow down, you'd see it. The leaves bow their heads, fold in on themselves, and breathe in a rhythm all their own. Science calls this state nocturnicity, a word that sounds foreign but means something beautifully simple. The movement of plants in response to day and night. When the sun sets, many plants lower their leaves, close their stomata, and slow their metabolism as if falling into a deep, dreamless sleep. A sleep with no images, no stories, but full of rhythm, pulse, and the quiet heartbeat of life. If we imagine it carefully, a plant's sleep isn't about shutting down. It's like when a person curls under a blanket, breath slowing, body shifting into an energy-saving mode. Plants do the same. When light fades, they know the day has ended. They close their tiny pores, called stomata, reduce respiration, and pause certain enzyme productions. Everything slows steady, orderly, like a silent symphony only nature can hear. And in that stillness, if you listen long enough, you might hear the heartbeat of quiet itself. Plants sleep not to dream, but to live. Sleep, for them, isn't an escape from reality, but a ritual of renewal. When humans grow weary, we close our eyes and let our bodies repair and renew every cell. Plants too, when night falls, work within. Nutrients are transported, energy is balanced. Antioxidants awaken to heal the damage of harsh daylight. Sleep is their way of recovery, their secret to living longer, stronger, and steadier through every dawn that follows. Few know that within each leaf lies a tiny biological clock ticking in a 24-hour rhythm. This mechanism is governed by special proteins, phytochrome, which senses red light, and cryptochrome, which senses blue. When light changes, these proteins send signals to clock genes, turning certain reactions on or off. Every cell knows what time it is. Plants have no eyes, yet they know when it's day or night, and they prepare for each with their own rhythm of life. Even more wondrous, when placed in complete darkness, plants still keep their rhythm. Just like humans carry an inner clock, plants hold the memory of light. They remember yesterday to anticipate today. That's why many species still open and close their leaves on schedule, even in sealed darkness. Take the mimosa pudica, the shy plant that folds its leaves when touched. At night, even without a touch, it folds itself again, not out of fear, but because it's bedtime. The pea family, oxalis, and butterfly pea plants share the same mechanism. At the base of each leaf is a tiny hinge called a pulvinus. When night comes, ions and water shift, cell pressure drops, and the leaf droops. A mechanism so simple, yet so exquisitely elegant nature never ceases to amaze. Why must plants sleep? Because for them, sleep is survival. When night falls, the air cools and moisture rises. Keeping leaves open would waste precious water. Drooping and closing their pores helps them conserve like us pulling up a blanket. Some even fold their leaves to shield tender parts from frost or nighttime insects. Every small motion carries the instinct to protect life, but not all plants sleep the same way. There are many styles of plant sleep, just as there are in humans. C3 and C4 plants like rice, corn, and coffee close their pores at night to retain water. But succulents, cacti, and pineapples do the opposite. They reverse their schedule. They open their pores at night when it's cool, absorb CO2, and store it as malic acid. By day, they close up and use that stored CO2 for photosynthesis. This is called cam photosynthesis, an ingenious adaptation to arid environments. So even without a brain, plants know when to breathe. For them, sleep isn't stopping. It's resting at the right moment to keep living. And, believe it or not, the night is never truly silent. Plants talk. They send electrical signals through their stems and veins, slower than human nerves, but enough to communicate which part is injured, where nutrients are needed, where danger lurks. Studies show calcium ion levels in leaf cells pulse like a heartbeat. Even plants produce melatonin, the same hormone that helps us sleep. In plants, melatonin works as an antioxidant, protecting cells from stress. What a beautiful coincidence. Both humans and plants share the hormone of sleep. So if one night you feel restless, step outside into your garden, stand by a tree, and take a deep breath. You'll find your rhythm quietly aligning with nature's. Out there, every living thing is resting. It's only us who've forgotten how. But sadly, not all plants get a good night's sleep. Artificial light from street lamps, billboards, even our balcony bulbs keeps many plants awake. Constant illumination confuses their clocks. Flowers bloom out of season, leaves stay green too long, stems weaken, pests thrive. Some plants think the day hasn't ended, keep photosynthesizing, and exhaust themselves. Just like humans working through the night, their bodies wear down, their minds dull. Plants, too, have boundaries between light and dark, between labor and rest. When we erase those lines, they lose their rhythm. And when they lose rhythm, so does the world around them. Imagine a forest where every lamp burns white all night. Leaves never fold, birds never land, insects never stop feeding. Night would vanish, and without night, there would be no true dawn. We humans are no different. When we lose our rhythm of rest, we lose our power to renew. The body tires, the mind scatters, and we forget that sleep is not just rest, it's part of life's design. Plants teach us this through silence. They don't speak, or complain, or resist. They simply fold their leaves as if whispering, "It's time to rest. Don't fight the night anymore." Have you ever watched your plants at night? If you set up a time-lapse camera for 24 hours, you'd witness a small miracle. Leaves rising to greet the sun, then slowly bowing as darkness falls. Those tiny movements too subtle for our eyes come alive on camera. That's why people say, plants breathe too, they just breathe slower. Try it. Place a butterfly pea plant near a window. Record it for 2 days and measure the angle of its leaves every few hours. Then, block half its light and observe. You'll see, even in complete darkness, it keeps its steady rhythm of opening and closing. Proof that its biological clock runs deep within its genes. The way plants maintain that rhythm is like how our hearts keep beating as we sleep, unconscious but precise. And perhaps when we understand this, we'll see nature differently, not as silent green masses, but as beings with their own pulse, their own moods. A sleepless plant wilts, weakens, grows slowly just like us, but a well-rested one, attuned to its cycle, blossoms on time, vibrant and strong. Gardeners have long known this secret. They water in the early morning or at dusk when the plant is waking or preparing to rest. They avoid watering under harsh noon sun when plants are at work to prevent shock and evaporation. Even pruning follows the moon's cycle, believing the moon's rhythm influences plants' rhythm. It sounds mystical, but truly, it all returns to one principle. All life has rhythm. Humans, animals, plants, even soil and wind all move in cycles. Life thrives when rhythm is respected. So when you see a plant folding its leaves, don't just think it's sleeping. Think of it as balancing. It's not escaping the world, it's harmonizing with it. And perhaps that's what we most need to learn amid screens, shifting schedules, and endless sleepless nights. If plants need sleep to live, why do we think we can live without it? Night is when healing happens. From cracks in tree bark to the quiet wounds of the soul, plants fold their leaves to recover. We close our eyes to return to ourselves. I once read a line that said, "When a tree sheds its leaves, it isn't ending, it's resting to bloom again." Sleep is the same, not a fade into nothing, but a promise of a new dawn. So don't fear the pauses. Don't fear turning off a few lights or slowing a few beats, because in the dark, life repairs itself. The sleep of plants and ours has meaning. Each night as we drift off, our bodies release growth hormones, repair tissue, reorder memory. In the forest, plants absorb energy, rebuild cells, heal damage. Sleep connects us all. Plants don't dream, but they live deeply, and perhaps we should learn to sleep like them. To sleep, to live, not to forget. So tonight, switch off your phone a little earlier. Open the window, let the night breeze in. Watch the garden's silhouettes, leaves folding in quiet surrender. Inhale slowly, exhale fully. Can you feel it, the rhythm within you syncing with nature's? Perhaps you'll find yourself folding inward too. Out there, the trees are asleep, the wind rests, and it's time you did too. If you enjoy stories soft as breath, subscribe to Smart Sleep, where each night we slow down together and learn to listen to the world with gentler, deeper hearts. The sleep of plants teaches us something simple. No rest is ever wasted. Pause at the right time, and you'll grow green again like leaves after rain. So now, close your eyes, sleep well, in your quiet garden of dreams. Tomorrow, the light will return, and the trees, with you, will rise again. Sometimes, in that fleeting moment before I drift off, I can still hear the night's faintest sounds, leaves brushing against one another, the wind slipping through the roof tiles, and somewhere, a soft breath from the living world easing into rest. And just like that, as we bid goodnight to the trees, there remains something deeper, more delicate, often unseen, the rhythm within each cell, the silent pulse that drives every act of life. Plants sleep not just because it's dark, they sleep because within them, a clock counts time precise, steady, more faithful than any machine we've built. Scientists call it the circadian clock, a 24-hour cycle that lives not only in humans and animals, but in every cell of a leaf, a root, a stem. It sounds miraculous, doesn't it? A clock with no hands, no numbers, no ticking, but one that knows exactly when dawn comes, when dusk falls, when to open to the sun, and when to fold into rest. Perhaps plants carry a memory of light. They remember yesterday to anticipate today, not with thoughts or feelings, but with rhythm etched deep within their DNA, in oscillating genes that repeat like breaths, like heartbeats beneath the soil. When the first light of dawn touches the leaves, special proteins, phytochrome and cryptochrome, awaken. They act like invisible eyes, sensing the color, strength, and angle of sunlight. Phytochrome reads red light. Cryptochrome reads blue. Together, they signal the clock genes, setting off waves of reactions. Hormones released, ions moving, water shifting, and the leaves turning, opening, ready to photosynthesize. It's like music, where light is the conductor, and when dusk returns, the light fades. Proteins change shape, the clock slows, new hormones rise, whispering to the plant, it's time to rest. Leaves droop, pores close, and all movement softens. The system slips into its night mode, saving energy, repairing, storing sugars. Every leaf, every stem has its rhythm. Some wake early like dawn risers, others sleep late like moon gazers. Each species carries its own inner clock, refined through millions of years to fit its home. Even in constant darkness, plants keep time. Their leaves still open and close every 24 hours, as if time itself flows inside them. And we, too, are governed by a similar clock, our circadian rhythm. It controls our sleep, hunger, body temperature, and mood. When sunlight rises, cortisol wakes us. When it fades, melatonin soothes us. But when we stare at blue light past midnight, our clock falters. And when it does, we lose our rhythm, just like a leaf under streetlight, unsure when to fold. Plants teach loyalty to one's natural rhythm. They don't resist light or darkness. They move with both. They trust the cycle inside their cells. Sodium, potassium, calcium, and hydrogen ions flow like tiny rivers. As sunlight grows, ions shift, water follows, pressure builds, and leaves lift. At night, it reverses. Water flows out, pressure falls, leaves rest. Simple physics, guided by intricate chemistry. Movement without command, purpose without effort. Maybe that's why plants seem so serene. They never hurry, never fight, never lose rhythm. Have you ever wondered how a plant predicts sunrise? Inside each cell, the clock gene oscillates, repeating its 24-hour cycle. Even in darkness for days, it keeps ticking like a watch that never stops. But after weeks without light, it begins to drift, just as our own clocks lose accuracy without the sun. That's why morning light is vital. It resets every clock, human and plant alike. The French biologist Jean-Jacques Dortus de Mairan first noticed this in the 1700s. He placed a sunflower in darkness and watched as it still opened and closed with the day. He wrote, "The plant seems to remember the sun." 3 centuries later, science continues to study that memory. Plants have no brains, yet they know time. They do not dream, yet they remember. They cannot see the sun, yet they feel its light. And in that, they are more like us than we realize. In our noisy, restless world, people chase schedules, alarms, and calendars, but forget the inner clock that keeps us whole. Plants never do. Rain or shine, they bloom, leaf, and rest, neither early nor late, always in rhythm. Philosophically, their clock is faith in nature itself. They don't worry if the night lingers or the dawn delays. They know everything runs in cycles. Their only task is to keep their rhythm. When we feel tired, maybe we should do the same. Slow down, breathe, and gently close a few inner windows, not to escape, but to heal. Plants never chase the light. They simply open when it arrives and rest when it leaves. Nature teaches the art of letting go at the right time. On a microscopic level, the plant's clock influences countless things: photosynthesis, timing, hormone release, respiration rate, even scent. Flowers like jasmine bloom at night because their clock knows nocturnal insects are awake then. The timing is perfect. Disturb it with city lights, and the harmony collapses. Flowers bloom wrong. Pollinators miss them. Fruit fails, and the ecosystem weakens. Imagine a city that never sleeps, lights blazing, plants confused, nights erased. Flowers bloom off-beat, bees don't come, and life quietly fades. One small clock out of sync can shake an entire system. Humans are no different. When our inner clock falls out of rhythm, we suffer insomnia, stress, fatigue, depression. It all begins with forgetting to respect light and dark. But the good news: rhythm can be restored. A single sunrise resets a plant's clock. A single peaceful night resets ours. That's why I love watching leaves at dawn, dew sparkling, sunlight awakening each pore. Every leaf breathing together. Plants, just like us, greet the day in perfect balance. In that silence, there's science, philosophy, and music. The plant's clock makes no sound. Yet, if you listen closely, you can hear it steady, deep, enduring, like the heartbeat of the earth. The more we understand plant rhythms, the more we understand ourselves. They teach us how to live, to pause, to listen, to begin again, to sleep when it's time, wake when it's right, and hold our rhythm, no matter the chaos outside. The beauty of life lies in that rhythm, not in repetition, but in renewal. Every folded leaf prepares to open again. Every night gives birth to morning. And as you listen to these words, under the soft light of your room, perhaps your heartbeat is syncing with nature's. Slower, calmer, resetting, like a tiny clock inside you finding its time again. That is the quiet gift of plants, a gift without words, only presence. So next time you see a leaf tilt toward the sun, remember it's no accident. It's the harmony of light, genes, hormones, ions, and air all composing one song, the rhythm of life. And if tonight you see your balcony plant droop, don't worry, it's just asleep. In that sleep, Its cells are hard at work, preparing to rise again. Plants never tire because they never forget to rest. We tire only because we think we must stay awake. The biological clock of plants is proof of a simple truth. Growth requires rest. If you've listened this far, let me whisper one last thing. Live like a plant. Keep your rhythm. Be awake when it's time, and still when it's time. Because in stillness, all that truly matters begins to grow. And perhaps, as you close your eyes tonight, your own cells are quietly tuning themselves, resetting, healing, waiting for dawn. Just like the trees. Have you ever passed by a patch of Mimosa pudica, the shy plant at dusk? As the light brushes against the edge of night, the tiny leaves begin to fold, pair by pair, like two palms pressed together in a soft goodnight greeting. Touch them, and they close faster, like a bashful reflex. Yet even when untouched, when the hour arrives, they still fold. That is the sleep rhythm of leaves, a rhythm programmed into the plant's lifeblood through millions of years of evolution. In science, this phenomenon is called nyctinasty, and the mechanism behind it lies in a small structure known as the pulvinous nature's hinge. Imagine the pulvinous as a flexible joint at the base of a leaf. Inside, thousands of tiny cells are arranged in two layers, upper and lower. By day, potassium ions and other solutes are pumped into the lower layer, drawing water in and causing the cells to swell. The leaf lifts and spreads to catch the light. At night, the signals reverse. Ions are pumped out, water leaves the cells, pressure drops, and the leaf droops. It sounds simple, doesn't it? Just water in, water out. Yet within that tiny motion lies an intricate system governed by hormones, bioelectric currents, and light-sensitive clocks. Plants sense the transition between day and night through photoreceptive proteins. As light fades, levels of the hormone auxin fall, while abscisic acid rises, signaling to the cells in the pulvinous that it's time to rest. Ions shift, water flows out, and the leaf folds in a gesture of grace and ease. From afar, you might only see a leaf bowing down, but zoom in to the cellular scale, and you'd witness a delicate choreography. Droplets of water moving in opposite directions, creating pressure differences that produce motion. Plants have no muscles, no nerves, yet they move through the elegance of physics and chemistry. A body without muscles, alive through understanding its own laws. And that makes me think perhaps plants breathe through surrender. When night falls, they don't resist, don't strain to reach further. They simply fold, protecting what's most precious, the tender, growing green. Indeed, folded leaves aren't just resting, they're guarding. When leaves close, they reduce surface exposure to air, limiting water loss at night when photosynthesis halts and replenishment isn't possible. It's an energy-saving strategy, a survival lesson written by nature since time began. At the same time, closed leaves shield the young, shoots the softest, most vulnerable parts from dew or nighttime insects. Some species are even clever enough to fold away from the dew. Many legumes like peanuts, acacia, or mimosa fold their leaves downward, so droplets roll off instead of clinging. This prevents damage from cold moisture lingering too long. Plants live slowly, but never carelessly. If you observe closely, the shy plant reacts not only to nightfall, but also to touch, vibration, heat, and wind. Scientists call this thigmonasty movement, triggered by physical stimuli. But at night, even without a touch, it still closes. That proves plant sleep is instinctual, needing no external reason, just the right time. Like us, after a long day, our bodies simply know when to yield, eyes close. Hearts slow, no alarm needed. And just like us, when their rhythm breaks, plants tire, expose a mimosa to constant artificial light, and by morning, its leaves won't open on time. The pulvinus falters, and the plant weakens, a true biological insomnia. The world of plants moves slowly, but precisely. Every motion has a reason, however small. When ions leave a cell, it's not only a leaf folding, it's the retelling of evolution's story. Imagine this: in a dense tropical forest, thick with dew and insects. If leaves didn't close, dew would collect, pests would feast, and the plants might not survive the night. Through millions of years, nature chose those who folded at the right time. Their descendants carry that instinct still. Each time a leaf folds, evolution repeats itself in silence. And in that repetition, there's something deeply human. We, too, learn to fold our leaves to survive. When the world grows loud, we retreat into small spaces. When sadness floods, we go quiet. When night comes, we find a still corner, dim the lights, breathe slowly, close the door of our hearts. Isn't that how we protect the tender shoots within the parts fragile, soft, and in need of care? People say plants have no emotions, but if you watch long enough, you'll see they have a language, the language of movement. A folded leaf isn't just a reflex, it's a story of balance, the border between giving and keeping. By day, the plant opens, offering everything to light, creating energy, sustaining life. By night, it closes to restore itself, to keep what's vital, giving and holding, opening and folding. Such is the rhythm of life. When you understand that, you'll see every leaf as a teacher. They speak without words, but show us when to pause. At the microscopic level, when water leaves the pulvinus, pressure drops, and the leaf droops like a person exhaling deeply after a long day. A tiny act, yet enough to bring the body back to rest. In plants, it's osmosis. In humans, it's release. Science may describe this with equations, ion, gradients, water flux, turgor pressure. But to me, it's poetry. Each formula, a breath of nature. Each term, a bow of a leaf. Look at the oxalis plant, the wood sorrel. By day, its 3 heart-shaped leaflets spread open like petals. At night, they fold inward, embracing themselves like a flower in quiet prayer. The movement is so slow you can't see it, but through time-lapse, you'd witness a graceful dance, gentle, rhythmic, precise. Under moonlight, they seem to breathe in their sleep, and that reminds us, not only humans have inner worlds, plants, too, possess inner lives, just at the cellular scale. Legumes, oxalis, mimosa. 3 humble ambassadors of this phenomenon exist everywhere, from rice fields and roadsides to pots on your balcony. Simple yet holding biological marvels that scientists still admire. In these plants, the pulvinus doesn't appear only at the main leaf base, but also beneath each leaflet, allowing fine, independent motion. That's what gives their movements softness, flexibility, and a sense of soul. Like music, every plant has its own tempo. Some fold fast as dusk falls, others more slowly. Some curl just their tips, others the entire leaf. Everything depends on humidity, temperature, light, and nearby insects. Plants may not feel emotion as we do, but they have sensitivity. and that sensitivity keeps them alive. In this pressured world, have you ever wished you had a pulvinus of your own, so that with a small shift, just letting a few ions go, you could fold inward, away from the cold winds of life? But in truth, we already do. Ours lies in the heart. When the heart lets go, its leaves close. When the heart rests, the body softens. Watch the leaves fold, and you'll see yourself. Watch the plants sleep, and you'll see your reflection in nature. That's why I adore the folding leaves. They don't flaunt color or compete for attention. They simply live on time, in rhythm, by instinct. That's why the ancients called mimosa the shy grass, not because it's weak, but because it knows when to withdraw. In its folding lies strength, the strength of restraint. Nature never wastes energy. Every motion, every reaction serves one purpose: to sustain life. Leaves fold to protect buds. Water leaves cells to maintain balance. In that contraction, the plant is preparing to open again at dawn. Just like us, sometimes we must step back to move forward. Perhaps plants don't know the lessons they teach, but we, watching them, can learn plenty: to be humble, to slow down, to protect our tenderness, and above all, to rest when it's time. Because sometimes closing up is another form of growing up. So tonight, if you hear the wind outside your window, remember, somewhere out there, millions of leaves are folding all at once. They aren't lonely. They aren't afraid of the dark. They're simply following their rhythm, gentle, right, and true. Let me whisper this before we end. Live like the shy plant, sensitive but not fragile. Know when to fold, and always be ready to open when dawn returns. Because when leaves close, the world doesn't lose its light. It only rests quietly within the heart of the leaf. If you're listening to me tell this story, imagine your body like a plant. Inside, millions of cells are communicating, sending electrical signals, repairing. You don't need to do anything, just breathe. Just trust that your body knows how to heal itself, the same way a leaf knows how to recover after harsh sun. And then, when you sleep, your body will converse with itself, like a plant whispering to each cell. Plants and people, standing at opposite ends of the world, meet at the same principle. We sleep to keep living. Nothing can remain green without pausing. No leaf can reach upward unless it folds itself at night. So when darkness covers everything, don't fear the quiet. Because in that very quiet, life is being renewed. Plants may not dream, but they have deep sleep. And humans sometimes dream too much and don't truly sleep. Let tonight be a little different. Let every voice grow still, so the signals within you can travel without interruption. Let your natural melatonin do its work, and let your soul be cleansed of the free radicals of worry and weariness. Live like a plant, able to sleep deeply, to self-repair, to keep silence. Because only in truly quiet nights do both plants and people really grow. As we close the story of a plant's deep sleep, we might think the night is an absolutely safe place for nature. No noise, no artificial light seeping in. Then we realize even darkness is no longer pure. Night in the human world has changed. It's no longer black, but a white-tinged yellow light hovering over streets, spilling across canopies, slipping through leaves, clinging to dew that hasn't yet formed. Under that light, plants no longer know if they're living in day or night. They remain awake, though it's late and extended, weary, disordered. wakefulness. That is, quite literally, a plant's insomnia. Today, we call this phenomenon light pollution. It's not as noisy as smog, not as pungent as chemicals, but it is one of the most insidious forms of pollution, stealing the biological rhythm of every living thing. Humans have body clocks, so do plants. When light no longer draws a clear line between day and night, those clocks start to lag, slip, and then fall out of sync. Plants are born to understand light. Light is their heartbeat, the signal that tells them when to sprout, when to flower, when to shed their leaves. Inside them, photoreceptor proteins like phytochrome and cryptochrome act as cellular eyes, reading color and intensity, then relaying those signals to time-keeping genes. In daylight, phytochrome switches to its active form, activating photosynthesis. At night, it returns to rest, allowing the plant to enter an energy-saving mode. But urban lighting, especially the cool white of LEDs, tricks that system. LEDs emit a spectrum rich in blue light, the very light plants mistake for daytime. When that light persists all night, plants can't tell true darkness has come. Phytochrome gets stuck in its active state, pushing the plant to keep spending energy, to hold stomata open longer, to extend metabolic cycles. Leaves stay green, but it's an unhealthy green, the color of fatigue. If you pay attention in big cities, some roadside trees look the same in every season. Leaves don't drop on time, blossoms open off-season, insects arrive out of rhythm. The root of it all is a scrambled light clock. Seasons are no longer marked by long days and short nights, but by artificial cues. The small ecosystems around each trunk fall out of step. Insects, the messengers of the night, navigate by natural light. When cities blaze, they're drawn to lamps, pulled off the scented trails of flowers, failing to pollinate the right places. Flowers open with no visitors. Next season brings fewer fruits, weaker seeds. It's a quiet domino line, tipping from one balcony bulb to the biological balance of an entire garden. It surprises many that a single balcony light left on all night can make a potted plant lose sleep. Even low light keeps phytochrome active. The plant believes day hasn't ended, so it keeps stomata open, keeps working, keeps burning energy, keeps breathing fast. By true morning, when photosynthesis should surge, its reserves are already depleted. Like a human after an all-nighter, the plant stands still but is exhausted. Plants with insomnia don't die at once. Like us, they stay green, still flower, still live, but in a state of disorder. Leaves may stay green longer because the signal to shed hasn't arrived, but immunity weakens. Winter frost scorches more easily. Fungi strike more often. Drought bites harder. It's a beauty under pressure, like someone forcing wakefulness through heavy sleepiness. Modern cities are flooded with light, no longer a simple emblem of civilization, but sometimes a challenge to life. Street lamps, billboards, high-rises, greenhouses, even light spilling from windows. All of it creates an artificial sky that tires nature and humans alike. Our night sky, once strewn with stars, now reflects only ourselves. When I look at rows of trees along a boulevard, I often wonder, do they know night has come, or do they think they're standing in a perpetual noon? If trees could tire, perhaps they'd crave a true darkness. In Japan, scientists ran an experiment. 2 identical rows of plants, one under natural darkness, one under white LED light all night. After 3 months, the artificially lit plants had thicker, deeper green leaves, but slower growth and significantly lower sugar content. More importantly, melatonin levels in plant cells were much lower. In other words, the plants weren't getting deep sleep. Melatonin isn't only a human hormone, it's also a plant protector. When its levels drop, a plant's stress resistance declines. It becomes more vulnerable to sun, wind, insects. It's a subtle consequence we often miss. Who would think that switching on a light could hurt a leaf? Yet nature is exquisitely sensitive. A little light at the wrong time, a sound at the wrong frequency, a breeze from the wrong direction, and the whole system wobbles. At a larger scale, the sleeplessness of plants drags entire ecosystems into sleeplessness. Out of sync insects mean less food for birds. Mistimed blossoms mean bees find no nectar. Leaves that stay green too long delay leaf fall, delaying mulch, depriving soil of nutrients and microbes of habitat. Everything is stitched by threads. Pull one off beat, and the whole cloth quivers. And just like people, when a city loses its night, its residents forget how to rest. LED glare through the small hours tricks us into thinking there's still work, still time, still strength. But both body and mind are drifting off rhythm, like a leaf held open under a lamp, unable to fold. So when we speak of sleepless plants, we're also speaking of ourselves. I still remember the feeling of leaving the city for the countryside and seeing a real night sky, dark, deep, full of stars. There, plants seem to breathe slower, and people sleep better. That's no illusion. Without artificial light, the circadian rhythms of both humans and plants return to their proper frequency. Melatonin rises, the body recovers. True night can heal leaf and soul together. Yet in our modern world, we fear darkness. We keep lights on all night, so it doesn't feel lonely. We want to see everything, always. We forget that darkness is part of life. As day needs the sun, night needs our respect. If you have a small garden or a few balcony pots, try switching the lights off a little earlier. Let darkness return to its place. You'll be surprised, plants look fresher, blooms arrive more steadily, and strangely you'll sleep better too. When plants rest, the air around you changes. CO2, O2, and moisture rebalance, the microenvironment of your home recovers. Science can explain this in theory, but the heart understands by feeling. In the night, with lights off and only a thin moonbeam slipping through leaves, you'll hear wind moving through branches, insects tuning up, the earth breathing. It's the music of natural sleep. With lamps on, everything turns silent in a lifeless way. Light silences nature. An ecologist once said, "Lose the dark, and you lose half the world." Perhaps we are losing that half, the half of stillness, of rest, the half we need to live fully. Plants need night to regenerate. So do we. So tonight, step out to the balcony and switch the lights off. Take a deep breath and look at your plants in the dark. You'll see them breathing so softly, leaves bowing slightly, branches leaning gently. That is a plant's sleeping posture, a quiet, simple beauty that needs no spotlight. And if you're attentive, you'll notice in the dark there is another kind of light, not from electricity, but from life at rest. Artificial light can keep plants awake, but darkness is what lets them live. Perhaps the same is true for us. Let night be truly night. Let darkness return as a gentle medicine for both leaf and heart. Switch the lights off, will you? Let the plants sleep, and let yourself be at ease. After the story of bright cities that keep trees from sleep, you might be wondering, so how do I know if my plant is really sleeping? The answer is simple enough to try at home. You don't need a lab, a microscope, or fancy gear. Just a phone camera, a small plant, a little patience, and the childlike curiosity that wants to see a miracle. Often, nature's truths aren't in complicated lectures, but right there, on the little balcony where you sit each night. Choose a plant that moves like butterfly pea or oxalis, so sensitive that a change in light makes its leaves tremble. Set your pot where it gets daytime light, then leave a time-lapse camera running for 24 to 48 hours. In each frame, nothing dramatic seems to happen, but stitch them together, and you'll see. The plant is moving, leaves reach up in the light, then slowly fold as night arrives. Open, then close, like the breathing of a living body. Your small garden seems to breathe. For the first time, you'll witness what you once only sensed. Plants aren't motionless. Their motion is simply slower than the eye can see. Take the experiment a bit further. Note temperatures, the times you switch lights on and off, and if you can use a simple protractor you sketch on paper to record the leaf angle every 2 hours. At first, it feels meaningless. A few degrees here or there, maybe just wind, but when you plot a chart, a curious rhythm appears, a 24-hour wave. Even in complete darkness, the plant keeps waking and sleeping on time. That's evidence of an internal clock, one nested in every cell, running precisely even when cut off from the outside world. Cover half the pot with a dark cloth, and you'll see it too. The shaded leaves still fold, the lit leaves still lift. Each part follows its own signal, as if every section of the body holds an independent sense of time. This isn't new to science. Over 200 years ago, the French astronomer Jean-Jacques d'Ortus de Mairan did something similar. He kept a mimosa in a dark room for days and saw the leaves still open and close every 24 hours. He concluded plants must have an inner clock. 2 centuries later, biology confirmed it. Inside every plant cell are clock genes governing light and dark, sleep and wake, photosynthesis and rest. The wonder is that you can watch this in your own room. In oxalis time-lapse, the little heart-shaped leaflets clasp at night like cupped hands, then open at dawn, shimmering in first light. Leave a light on all night, and the rhythm scrambles. Leaves close late, open off time, sometimes not closing fully. You've just witnessed artificial insomnia, not as theory, but with your own eyes. It's a special moment when you realize plants have work schedules, need rest, get tired, and recover. The faint tremble of a leaflet, the slow bow of a petiole, these are the heartbeats of nature. And you, with a small phone, are privileged to watch that heartbeat in pictures. This little experiment brings knowledge and a tender feeling. Watching the sped-up video as leaves fold and open like arms stretching in dreams, you feel small. The world is more alive than we thought. What we called stillness was movement at its own pace. And perhaps we are the ones standing still. Let the camera run longer, say 72 hours, and you'll see something deeper. Plants don't just react to light, they have a memory of time. Block the light suddenly, and they still fold, remembering that it should be dark now. The plant holds that rhythm for days before the internal clock begins to drift. Just like us, when we cross time zones, our bodies keep the old sleep schedule. We call that jet lag. In plants, scientists call it a phase shift. Isn't it wonderful? In a small pot on your desk, you're looking at a miniature version of yourself. We have clock genes too. We fall out of rhythm when we lose sleep. We tire when we live against day and night. Plants and people aren't so far apart. Feel that with your heart. Turn lights off earlier, the plant folds its leaves. You close your eyes. Open the window to greet the sun. The plant reaches up. You open to the day. In the rush of city life, we forget we are creatures of nature. A tiny experiment can reconnect that thread. The beauty of this experiment isn't in the numbers, but in the feeling that plants breathe. You won't see a mist of breath, but you'll sense it in the movement of leaves, in the play of light, in life unfolding too slowly for the naked eye. And suddenly you understand everything around you has a rhythm. And if you slow down, you'll hear it. Each time you replay the video, you'll feel softer. Not because you learned something grand, but because you felt connected to nature, to life, to your own breath. In a world too fast, watching a leaf close can be enough to calm you. Imagine it's late, and you're watching an oxalis time-lapse, sleeping. Every 5 seconds, the leaves fold a little more. The background is wind outside your window. In that moment, you realize you should rest too. Sometimes, science is just another way to learn to love nature. When you measure leaf angles and note light-off times, you're practicing observation and listening. When you discover plants have clocks, you stop dismissing slowness. When you see plants breathe, you'll crave a deeper, gentler breath. The experiment also teaches humility. Plants know more than we assume. They sense temperature, humidity, light, gravity, even the rhythm of wind. They have no eyes, no brain, yet process information wisely. When you shade half the plant, the leaves in darkness still know the hour and fold on schedule, proof that light memory isn't conscious thought, but cellular. Their responses make us reflect on ourselves. We think we command time, yet we too live by light and dark. We go off-beat when we work all night. We tire when we don't rest. We unravel when electric light stretches day without end. In plants, we see ourselves creatures who need to relearn how to sleep. Some say science drains nature of poetry. Make this experiment yourself, and you'll feel the opposite. Understanding deepens beauty. Knowing each tiny motion comes from ions, hormones, and genes makes life feel not accidental, but like a complex, perfect symphony. Then, as you watch butterfly pea leaves folding in the night, the street light through your window looks different. You switch it off, gently, so the plant can sleep. In that darkness, you'll feel yourself resting too. One quiet night, one camera, one small plant. Sometimes that's all it takes to understand life. You see, plants run their own experiments each day, a trial, each night a result, and perhaps we should experiment on ourselves. Dim the lights, listen to the heartbeat, watch the breath, and see if our bodies sink back to nature. The sleep experiment is a metaphor. When you watch a leaf droop, you're witnessing your own rest, gentle, natural, unforced. If you try it tonight, remember to let the camera run. Tomorrow morning, speeding through the footage, you'll see a plant has told you a wordless story about life, time, and sleep. And who knows, within those frames, you might find yourself breathing with the plant, with the night, with the world's rhythm. Sleep well, my friend. Don't forget to turn off the lights so both the plants and your heart can rest. As we spoke of time-lapse where you can see plants breathe and leaves fold in the dark, you might wonder, do plants really have a sleep schedule? Yes, they do, and more wonderfully, it's so refined that if we listen, we can sense it every day. No instruments, no data, just eyes that observe, a heart that slows down, and a quiet evening. Every living thing on this planet keeps a biological clock. We wake when it's bright and grow drowsy when it's dark, not merely from habit, but because clock genes in every cell beat time into life. Plants are the same. They lack eyes, yet carry exquisitely sensitive light sensors. They lack hearts, yet live by rhythms of ions and hormones. That rhythm is a plant's sleep schedule, a daily loop that rarely misses a beat. Watch closely. In the morning, leaves beaded with dew lift to meet the light. At noon, they open widest, facing the sun. By late afternoon, they angle down, slowly folding like someone stretching after a long day's work. At night, they draw in and rest. By morning, the cycle starts again, not a mere mechanical reflex, but nature's arrangement, life's rhythm coded into their structure, sustained for hundreds of millions of years. We often think plants live on the outside, needing only water, soil, light. In truth, they live deeply inside. A leaf folds not only to rest, but to conserve energy, reduce water loss, and self-repair. Each night, as we sleep, plants slow their breathing, ease their metabolism, and switch to maintenance. It's all quiet and precise, and if plants keep a schedule, then we growers, caretakers, watchers, can learn to live with it. Start small. Begin with watering time. Water at dawn or in the cool of evening when leaves are open. Stomata active enough to absorb, but not so hot that droplets flash off. At noon, sunlight turns droplets into tiny lenses that can scorch cells. At night, when leaves are closed and roots doze, water lingers, inviting fungi. Like us, plants don't want to be jostled awake for a midnight drink. Next, light. After 9 p.m., let the garden or balcony rest. Don't bathe plants in white LED just for nighttime beauty. That light convinces phytochrome that day isn't over. The plant keeps working, exchanging gases, holding stomata open, burning energy. Over time, it tires, leaves stay green yet weaken. Diseases creep in, flowers struggle. A small act, turning off a light, can save an entire sleep. Then, stop over-rotating pots. It seems harmless, but done often you're stealing a plant's bearings. Every plant senses gravity and light. Each rotation forces it to re-aim leaves and stems, like being tugged from bed the moment you drift off. Once or twice is fine. Do it often, and you disrupt the clock like jet lag. So let the plant be. Trust it to find its light, no micromanaging needed. Understand this, and every leaf becomes a speaking being. A closing leaf isn't just darkness, it's a good night. A gentle way of saying, today was enough, see you tomorrow. If one evening you notice butterfly pea leaves drooping and oxalis cupping themselves, don't assume they're wilting. They're sleeping. Whisper them a good night, the way you would to someone you love. It may feel silly, but that moment is connection. When you treat a plant as truly alive, you yourself soften and slow. Science calls it plant awareness. I call it the mindfulness of a plant keeper. Only when we know plants have their own rhythms can we learn to live in harmony with them, an unexpected gift. When you align plant care with the clock, you may sleep easier too. Our bodies tend to sync with our surroundings. When your garden dims around 9 p.m., when a faint humidity rises from soil, when artificial light fades, your own clock receives the cue. Night has arrived. Melatonin flows, your heartbeat slows, and deep sleep comes gently. Plants teach us this. Rest isn't laziness, it's part of life. If you've ever wrestled with insomnia, try stepping into the garden at night. Don't turn the lights on, just stand and listen. You'll feel the whole space sleeping. A breeze, insect choruses, folded leaves. Everything is resting, except you. The moment you realize that, you'll sigh, and sleep will feel closer. Plants aren't hasty or greedy. They don't chase light until they burn out. They know when to stop and trust that light returns tomorrow. Perhaps that's the greatest lesson. Trust the cycle. Rest today isn't quitting. It's preparing to continue. Watch long enough and you'll see plants sleep differently. Legumes fold paired leaflets like praying hands. Oxalis cups its tiny hearts. Mimosa blushes and bows. Each species speaks its own language, but all say the same thing. It's time to rest. In our modern lives, that's the phrase we rarely say to ourselves. If you keep a little log of your plant's sleep, you'll find a wonder. They're almost precise to the hour. You may forget. They don't. You may work late. They still sleep on time. That steadiness nudges us to adjust. We can't live forever out of step in a world where nature keeps perfect time. Each morning, when you wake and open the window and see the leaves lift again, receive it as nature's good morning. And when night returns and the leaves close, hear sleep well, a language without words, only rhythm. Across many ancient cultures, people believed plants had spirits. They greeted trees at dawn, gave thanks when plucking leaves, apologized when pruning branches. Today we call that superstition, but it was respect for rhythm. Perhaps forgetting that respect has made the world so tired. Try living by that rhythm again. Water as the day begins, like refreshing yourself. Turn off lights after 9 p.m. Return darkness to night. Let plants stay put sometimes. Stillness is the greatest gift. And tonight, before bed, step outside for a moment. See a leaf fold and hear a whisper. Tomorrow, when you answer with a smile, you've slipped into the world's rhythm, nature's rhythm, the rhythm of rest, the rhythm of peace. Sleep well, my friend. And if tomorrow you find the leaves open again, tell me you saw your plants sleep and that you slept with them. You can close your eyes now, letting your thoughts dissolve like mist. If your mind wants to wander, let it continue into the next video, where we'll delve deeper into the mysteries of the heart. If your body is tired, let this sound lull you to sleep. No effort needed, only breath. And remember, everything you're searching for is already resting quietly within you.